Hello and welcome to my channel, Talisman Tarot. In this reading I want to ask the cards and Spirit directly through channeling about what your ex-friend thinks about you now. And I have 3 groups that you can choose from. This will be group number 1, this will be group number 2, and this will be group number 3. And so I will ask you to use your intuition and choose the group that speaks to you the most, the group that catches your eye, and that group will be your group. And if you need any more time to choose, you can just pause the video, but if you don't need any more time, then just head down to the description box below and find the timestamp for your particular group and click on that, and your reading should appear in front of you. And while you're down there in the description box below, make sure to check out my guide on how to book a personal reading from me. I always love doing personal readings for you guys. It's always a pleasure, so please check that out. And yeah, but let's focus on this reading right here. Choose your group and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, group number 1. You chose this Jolanda Tarot deck, and I'm going to start with some channeling and then I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 1, the people who will choose group number 1? What does group number 1's ex-friend think about group number 1 now? I am sensing a harsh distance here. Like I feel like this person thinks about you as like someone they used to know, not really, like I feel like for this person it seems impossible to reconcile. Like it seems like this person just feels like this is a chapter that has been closed, and now it's just better to just not touch it and just move on and leave it behind. And I feel like in a way this person feels like it's your fault that this didn't work out between you two, that they kind of put the blame on you. And I feel like that's not really true though, is it? Like I don't think it was mostly your fault. I think it was 50-50, if not a bit more. Like I feel like this person has done some things to you that you were very, very angry about also. But I don't think this person takes that into account. Like I don't think they put that into this whole calculation that they've made of how many times you have done something to them, and they just keep track on that without actually keeping track on the things that they did to you. And maybe the things that you did to this person was done in some kind of reaction to what they did to you. So maybe it was provoked, like they provoked that reaction from you, and then they chose to write that down, like put that on some kind of list of wrongdoings that you did, and they don't put the thing that you actually reacted to as a wrongdoing. Like they did. It seems like this person doesn't really see the effect of their own actions. They just feel like they were a victim to the things that you did, and they don't really realize that, like the cause and effect of their action. So they don't really see how it all correlates in, and how it's like how nothing just happens out of nothing, like that. So I feel like it's maybe good that this person is not in your life anymore, that this person is an ex-friend of yours. I feel like that's good. It's good for you. It's good that you have distance from this person, because I think being friends with someone who is always right, who always tends to somehow shift everything into somehow being about them, like that it's all about them. I feel like that's not a good energy to be around, because I feel like it's mostly like it's very hard when someone is so fixated on criticizing everything that everybody else does, but doesn't actually put themselves up to the same standard as they put everybody else up to. So it feels like people can do the slightest mistake, and that would be a deal breaker for this person. But if they do the same thing to others, they want other people to just forgive them and move on, and they don't really see the problem, and then they minimize it into nothing. When other people are accusing them, they minimize it and act like it's not a big deal, but then they kind of make like a mouse into an elephant every time someone does the smallest thing. Like the smallest thing to them, they just blow it up to something much bigger. And it's I'm gonna shuffle and see what the cards have to say about what your ex thinks about you now. Ace of Pentacles. If you look at this card, it's also Ace of Cups. So these two cards, I think this person right now, they look at you, and I think even though they have created a distance from you, I think maybe they are still kind of maybe looking through your social media just to see what's going on. And I think they have noticed that things are progressing in your life, that you've maybe finished your education, or that you have accomplished something in terms of creating stability and creating some kind of financial stability for yourself, and that you seem to have a good sort of standpoint when it or that you've built a good foundation for yourself when it comes to career and job and like stuff like that. With the Ace of Cups, I think this person has noticed that maybe your love life is also progressing, or that there has happened something that they don't know about, of course, because I'm kind of sensing that you two do not have direct contact with each other. I don't think you and so I think this person just have gotten this information from maybe a second source, like someone who's a familiar friend to you, or like someone who's a common friend, someone that you both have as a common friend, or maybe family. because I said familiar before, and it didn't really fit into that sentence, but it kind of makes sense if this person is actually a family member that you have, that might have kind of somehow kept acquaintances with this person, even though you two have a falling out. I don't know, but I'm also sensing that this person could just have seen your social media and then just figured this out on their own by kind of spying on you, but in a mild way. But just they've just scrolled through your social media, if not yours, then maybe a family member's social media. Like if you blocked this person, or if this person blocked you, then maybe this person didn't have access to your profile directly on Facebook. So they might have found a bit of a loophole by maybe going on your mother's Facebook account or your sister's Facebook account and seen some pictures or something like that, or some posts that your family members have been posting, and so maybe they've gotten information in that way. But I don't know. But I'm gonna shuffle a bit more. But I feel like this person, like, it seems like this person, like, even though you have had a falling out, you're not in contact anymore. I think this person kind of feels hurt in a strange way that they have not been included in these big life changes that you've been through, like, or like that there might have happened some things that they don't know about, and I feel like somehow this person feels left out, or that they feel like somehow you should have contacted them and told them about these things, that somehow, even though they've been kind of harsh with you and blamed you for everything and all of that, they still feel like you have an obligation to keep them posted, to keep them up to date on some of the things that some of the big things, like if you got married, or if you got a new job, even like that, even though that's not something that you necessarily would want to share with this person because you're not in contact with them, but they feel like maybe they feel like they are being left out a bit. So like I feel like it has bitten them in the ass a little bit that they kind of put this distance between you two, and then they might have kind of regretted doing that slightly when they realized all the things that have been happening in your life, and maybe also felt like that was kind of interesting and something they wanted to be a part of somehow. But like, especially if you've done something that's been kind of public, like if you've chosen to have a career publicly, or something on the internet where you're kind of where you have a following or something like that, then I think this person might feel a bit like they are missing out, because now they feel like you're interesting. Now they feel like there's actually something to gain here, because they want to have a token friend who's actually not a token, but like that was the wrong word, but they want someone to walk around with and say, oh, that's my friend, that's someone who's actually famous or or not famous, but like that they want to have that friend who has a following, or like that sounds good for that makes them, they might feel like that would rub a bit off on them, that they are friends with you, like that they could get something out of it somehow. Like, but I know that only resonates with a few of you, but I just wanted to get that out there, that I feel like this person has realized that there actually would have been some perks with continuing this friendship. If they had done that, then they might have actually gotten some benefits out of it, and that I think they had a bit of some regrets about that. But I still feel like at the moment right now, they feel like there's no way back. And I think it's mostly because even though they want to have a friend who is interesting and they want to be a part of some of the things that you're doing, they still don't want to lose their, I guess, dignity, like that they would feel like they lost something if they admitted that they might have also done some things that wasn't very great. Like maybe it's too risky to kind of get in contact with you again, because they know that if they should establish contact with you, if they would try to establish contact with you, they know at the moment, they know that would require them to admit some of the things that they've done, because you would probably not want to be friends with them again if they didn't accept some of the blame. So, and I feel like this person is just not really ready to accept any of the blame. So, and I don't know if it but I'm gonna shuffle a bit more to see what your ex-friend thinks about you right now. Okay, with the Eight of Wands, I feel like they actually want to contact you, but they have this like they might feel like if they okay, this is a bit layered. This is something that might only resonate with some of you, but there might be another layer to this, that this person feels like they can't contact you, because if they contacted you, it would be kind of like getting like, because this owl here is coming, like this owl is flying with a rat or a mouse or whatever into this kind of hamster wheel kind of thing, and there's a lot of mouses or here, and it's just it's a mouse that's coming into this entrapment sort of thing, and this, I guess it is rats, actually. I think it's rats. So, okay, first of all, a rat is a snitch. So there might be something about snitching someone, snitching on someone, like that they would have to, like if they established contact with you again, if they got to that point where you could somehow become friends again, they would have to snitch somebody out or rat somebody out. So that I feel like something has happened where there is a third party, and that this third party person somehow might have had some involvement in the decay of this friendship. And maybe you don't know about this. Maybe you don't, or maybe you kind of suspected this, but you didn't really know that there was a third party situation going on, or something where that might have complicated things and made it so that your friend might have stopped contacting you. Maybe they kind of used it as somewhat of an excuse that you two had this fight going on. But like this fight that you had, I feel like you had a big fight or something like that, or maybe some small fights, but it all like kind of accumulated into a big fight. Like if you look at it, like accumulated, you know. But I feel like there might have been a chance of actually reconciling at some point, where maybe you were actually quite close to becoming friends again, because you were kind of on the same page. You kind of seemed to have a slight understanding of what the other person was going through, and it might have come to the point where it was so close to you two just becoming friends again and everything just going back to normal. But then this person, your ex-friend, chose to just walk away completely and say, no, this is not going to work out. And then they just headed out and never returned again, or something like that. And I think maybe this person would have actually reconciled with you if it wasn't because of a third party, like another person getting involved, like especially if you two, like if you're asking about a friend who is who is the opposite sex as you, or the sex that you're attracted to, then especially if this person was in a relationship at that point, then the person that they were in a relationship with might have told your ex-friend that it would be better if you two weren't friends anymore, because maybe this person, this third party, saw you as competition. And so maybe there was some kind of jealousy involved, someone kind of getting in and wanted to sabotage this friendship because it was too close. Maybe your ex-friend could probably also see that it was a bit problematic, because maybe they felt a bit like they were closer to you than they were with their partner or something like that. But so there might have been some other person involved, and they would feel like if they became friends with you again, they would have to snitch that person out, or rat on that person, or whatever, you know, and that they would feel like they were maybe kind of making a target out of that person, and putting that person in an awkward position by feeling the need to share that maybe confidential information with you. So there might be something like that going on. With the Knight of Swords, I feel like this person, your ex-friend, thinks of you as very smart. Like, I think this person kind of misses the conversations that you used to have, because these conversations were very deep, and also it seemed like you two were very much on the same page in a lot of different political topics, and maybe also philosophical topics, like that you seem to have the same belief system or moral compass, and like that it seemed like you were very much aligned in some way. And I think this person misses the fact that you two could have very deep conversations. And I think maybe they feel like they can't really have that with anyone else. That when they try to get a conversation to an as deep level as you two used to have, like, then they feel like they don't really get the same responses as they used to get from you. Like, you were always challenging them, and kind of taking their ideas and kind of evolving on those ideas and taking it further and further, so that it always felt like this person always felt like when you two talked to each other, like it didn't really matter what the topic was, but it seemed like you were always building up, it always felt like you two were like when this person threw you a bone, you would always catch it, and and you would even evolve on it, like get it to the next stage. Like, if this person came up with an idea, you instantly started developing on it and creating new layers to it, making it more realistic by actually going through the steps in order to make it happen. Like, and I think this person misses the ping pong that you used to have with each other, like that you could play with each other, with words, or in conversation, that it seemed that the conversations you had, like, it seemed very kind of optimistic, like that it, I don't know, that it made them feel like everything was possible in some way. That it brought some kind of playful energy where you didn't take everything so seriously, that you were more like just looking at the bright side of things, and I think this person misses that. But I think this person just, like, I kind of want to know, like, why this person doesn't feel like you two can reconcile. Okay, with the Six of Pentacles reversed. Well, there might be I think this person might feel like it would be too hard. That somehow it would require too much strength from them. And that sounds very, very dramatic, really, but it seems like this person might just, like, in other words, this person is maybe a bit too lazy for this. Like, that it's, like, it requires effort to make this work. And effort is maybe not something this person is used to give people just without knowing if it actually works out or not. Like, they kind of, they need some kind of confirmation or validation that if they put all their apples in one basket, they are gonna get something in return. But they don't want to do that if it's. But I don't know. Like, it wouldn't even require that of them. Like, I don't know if they feel like it would jeopardize their current relationship. That's maybe why they feel like there's too much at stake. That they're afraid of what they have built up, like that what they have built up would just vanish and get and rot out, like that it would. Like, I think this person might have some kind of FOMO, like fear of missing out, and so whenever there is someone, like, especially if this is someone who is the opposite sex of you or the sex that you're attracted to, and if you're the sex that this person is attracted to, like if you're the gender that this person is attracted to, then there might be a layer to this where this person is afraid that if you two got into contact again, that they would feel like they would have to explore this as a potential option, romantic option, like, and that they would have the sort of temptation to explore that. And of course, they wouldn't have the temptation if it wasn't like dangling in their face all the time. Like, now they have this distance. So they don't really have to deal with the temptation. The temptation is gone. So having contact with you again might revive some of the feelings that they used to have before you two got kind of off on the wrong foot here. Like that you had something. That you might have had something going on, like a bit flirty, but maybe, I don't know, like, of course, if that doesn't resonate with you, then that's, then take that layer of it out, because that just resonates with someone else. So, but yeah, I think this person feels like maybe it would be too much of a temptation, and that they are kind of weak. This is also someone who's lifting weights and being very strong, a strong man, strong person, and it's reversed. So I think this person feels a bit weak-minded, weak. Weak when it comes to temptation, likely. So with a World card, I think this person is with the whale here, like I think there's maybe also a fear of getting back to who they were before. Like I feel like maybe at the time when you two were friends, they were a bit of a different person. Like they had a different, maybe a different approach, possibly, or just a different identity in a way. Maybe now they feel like they have a new identity. They see the world differently now. They might see the world from somebody else's eyes, and that might be something this person does sometimes, where this person might morph into like the person that they are with. Like if this person is in a relationship right now, they might kind of they might have somehow adapted to the identity of their partner, and so they might have a different standpoint now. They might have a different identity altogether, and they might feel like if they got to be friends with you, they would kind of find themselves again. And finding back to themselves is maybe not something they actually want, even though it sounds very nice to find yourself again and be like that wouldn't seem that bad. But I think this person might feel like if they got back to who they used to be, that something would get lost. And maybe that is the relationship that they are in right now. And maybe they are also quite happy with the life that they are living right now. So they might feel like maybe it's not that important for them to maybe get back to some of their old hobbies, some of the things that they used to like. It's maybe not that big of a sacrifice for them, or they might not feel that way. But they might be afraid that that if they got in contact with you again, that it would somehow like open up something like a Pandora's box of something that is not something they want to, like they don't want to get back into that. Like that it kind of maybe got them kind of messed up the first time. Like I don't know if this is like, there's just something about you that is a bit like they don't want to be I feel like they don't want to be sucked into the person that they used to be. And I don't know why this person feels like that would be the most horrible thing, because I don't think they used to be that horrible of a person. I think they were kind of like, yeah, they were themselves. So I don't think like just because now they live a different life and have kind of adopted this new identity, I don't really feel like that's the real them. I don't think they are living their true living in their true self. Like they I don't think, like maybe they did have a slightly shitty personality before, but again, but I think this person definitely had some positive sides as well. Like I think this person was very funny, and maybe this person gossiped a bit more than the average person, or maybe they kind of had a bit of a critical view on everybody else, and kind of, and maybe they have kind of gotten into the toxic positivity movement, like, or kind of gotten on top of that wave of just being super positive, because that manifests positivity and all of that, and that that it's, but again, I feel like this person, like the conversations that you two had, they were very optimistic, and I think maybe they were mostly optimistic when you were talking about like career plans or something like that. Maybe it wasn't very optimistic when you talked about other people and kind of and maybe there were some limitations to that. But I think that's very normal though. But I don't think there was anything wrong with the person that they used to be. But I think this person is afraid of kind of getting back to that, because I think they feel like they have evolved and that they are living a better life with more I think they are fond of their life right now, and I don't know if they feel like, I think that you would be a constant reminder of who they used to be, and I think they would instantly go back to who they used to be, and I think they just feel like they've moved on from that, and I can't really explain this because it's very, like, I think this person might be a bit embarrassed of some of the things that they used to like some of the music they used to like, some of the movies they used to watch. Like there might be such a strange embarrassment of who they used to be and what they used to like and what hobbies they used to have, and it's just a bit, like, I don't know. But somehow they don't want to get sucked back into that. Like they feel like that was embarrassing in some way. Maybe also with the Eight of Cups here, that they might also feel like maybe they used to drink a lot back in the day. Like when you two were friends, they might have had a different life. They might have partied a lot. They might have gone to bars and clubbing and all of that. And maybe they did that with you too. And so maybe they feel like if they got back in contact with you, that they would be tempted to kind of live their old lifestyle of going out and getting pissed and like stuff like that. And maybe that is also what this person is trying to escape by not wanting to get in contact with you, but that it would be too tempting to go back to that. So, yeah. But I think that's all I have for you. Group number 1, I hope this reading was helpful. And if it was, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 2. You chose this Tarot Cats tarot deck, and I'm going to start with some channeling, and then I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 2, the people who will choose group number 2? What does group number 2's ex-friend think about group number 2 right now, at the moment, currently? Not necessarily right now, but like recently. What has group number 2's ex-friend thought about group number 2 recently? Okay, so I'm sensing this person finds you very funny. I think they think about you a lot, especially about your humor, your sense of humor. I think this person sometimes, like out of nowhere, thinks about a joke that you made, something that made them laugh, something you said that made them laugh. Like I think this person is actually quoting you maybe sometimes, like when they talk to other people, like if they are, if they are having a conversation with some friends and they want to kind of lighten the mood or break the ice or something, they might use one of your jokes, one of the jokes that you used to make when you two were friends. And I think this person, I think this person actually thinks about you a lot, and I think they might also look at your social media accounts, maybe your Facebook or your Instagram or something like that. And I think this person feels like you're still that funny person, like that you're still very, that you're still the same person that you used to be, and the person that they used to be very, very good friends with, like that they feel like you're the same, that you're still this bundle of joy, like that you create a lot of good memories for the people around you, that you seem to have a lot of life and energy and good vibes, and I think, like, I kind of feel like this person doesn't really realize that you two are ex-friends. I think this person just assumes that the reason why you're not in contact anymore is just because it fizzled out naturally, like organically, that it was just that maybe they also feel like it was just natural, that like, because of the distance, like maybe you moved away from each other, like maybe you live far away from each other, and maybe this person just assumed that it was because of the distance and not because anything happened between you two, like emotionally, or like I think this person feels like you're still friends. So I think this person would actually be quite shocked, or at least rather confused, if they realized that you would categorize them as an ex-friend. Like I think they would maybe even be a bit hurt by that, because I think they don't really think about it that way. I think they still feel like you're friends, even though you don't talk anymore. Like I think this person just thinks that's just normal stuff between friends. Like that sometimes you don't talk to a friend for years, and then you meet them again after some years, and then it feels like no time has passed. And I think this person feels that way about your friendship, that if you two were to meet up again, that you would just move on with your friendship, as if no time had passed, like that you would just pick up the thread from the last time you spoke, that things would just be the same. And I think this person doesn't really, like, if this person has said something or done something to you that upset you, I think, like, I kind of hate to say this, but I don't think this person realizes that there's any beef between you two. I think this person just assumes that everything is dandy, like, and like everything is fine. So with a Hierophant, I think this person thinks of you as someone who might have become more traditional than you thought, than this person thought you would be. Like maybe this person was quite surprised to know that you had chosen like I feel like this is something they learned from social media or from some friends that you two have in common or something like that. I think this person learned some information about you, like some recent information, like something that has happened in your life recently, like maybe you got married, or maybe you chose some kind of career path, or I don't know what has happened, but like I feel like there might have happened something where you have chosen a job or a career or a love relationship or something, or maybe you've chosen to go a different way with your love life than this person might have assumed to begin with, and I think this person this person was kind of confused by this, because this person didn't really see you as a conventional person, or someone who would be someone who would be controlled by the norms or something like that. I don't know, that maybe something kind of seemed a bit like I think this person just always assumed that you would do something fun and exciting, like something alternative, something that was way different from how other people live their life, like that you would live a different type of lifestyle. And I think that is just something this person just assumed would happen for you, that you would do something unconventional, untraditional, something a bit wacky, something a bit nutty, like something original. And maybe this person feels like right now that you have chosen a path, a life path in your life that is maybe a bit different from what they imagined you would choose. Like, but other than that, I think this person still feels like you're the same person, but maybe that you're the same person that you used to be. You have the same bubbly personality that you used to be. You still seem to have your character, your identity, your great personality. But that maybe this person feels like maybe you got forced to do something, or that you let other people advise you to do something out of some principles that maybe they just feel like you got influenced by somebody else to maybe do something that wasn't in alignment with your true self or something like that. But that's their opinion. I don't really know if this is actually what happened. Like, I think maybe, like, but I think it's because this person just always thought you would do something different, like something crazy, like become a stand-up comedian or something like that. And maybe you've chosen to become a nurse or something like that. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with being a nurse. And like sometimes we just realize throughout our life that what is creating meaning is to help people, like that being there for somebody else, being there for people in need is maybe more important than just making people laugh. But I don't know if even though making people laugh is a very, very good profession too, like that's great. So, but I think maybe this person just puts you in one box and just feels like, or maybe this person used to just assume that you were one type of person, and then like now they just don't really feel like they feel, I can't really tell what this is. I think this person just feels like you're being like especially if you're in a relationship, this person might feel like you're being affected by that person that you're in a relationship with, that you're slowly, yeah, yeah, what's it called, like morphing into that person, like that you're becoming that person in, I don't know. So I think it's not really criticism against you, because this person still feels like you're the same cool person, but they might feel like maybe someone more dominant has taken over and maybe taken control over some of your life, like some big parts of your life that maybe they don't think you have autonomy because of somebody kind of taking that away from you or something like that. I don't know. But I'm going to shuffle a bit more about what this person thinks about you right now. Okay, so with the Magician reversed, I think this person thinks about you as someone who's not like that you're not using all the gifts that you have, that this person used to see you as very talented, and that you had all these things that you were so good at, and that you could write, and that you could paint, and that you could, or something like that, I don't know, but like, that you had a lot of skills that this person, that you might have shared with this person when you two were friends. You might have shown this person some of the things that you had done, some of the projects that you had finished or that you were trying to finish or something like that. And so you might have welcomed this person into your world, your artistic world, like that this person got a glimpse of what you could become by you showing them all the artistic work that you had done, and or something like that. I don't know the details, but I feel like it's something in that sense. And I think this person just imagined that you would use that you would go the more creative route in life, that you would do something comical or something to do with writing, like that you would write something, or or that you would somehow do something like that instead. Instead, you've chosen maybe a more safe way to live, like maybe chosen a more safe career, something where you're certain that you're going to get a paycheck, like, because living the life of an artist is not very safe, and it's very risky, actually. So yeah, I think this person doesn't really realize how hard it is. Like this person might have glamorized it in their mind. Like they think the life of an artist is much more glamorous, much more I think that this person just has higher expectations of what it actually is, and I think since they believe that this is like I think this person thinks that people can just get instant fame just from the one day to the next. Like this person doesn't realize that it takes years and years to build up any type of following and kind of get your art out there. Like you can have a lot of social media accounts dedicated to your artistic work without actually getting any views on it or any kind of interest in it. Like so it's very hard to build up something from the ground up, and like unless you have a lot of investors or something like that, it's very hard to especially like have a life as a painter or something like that. It's very hard. And I think you know that, or maybe you've even tried to go that route in life. Like maybe you've given it a go. Like you might have, invested some time in trying to get your art out in the world, but maybe you realized that it was a bit harder than you expected, and then maybe it was just better to get a normal job where you know that you're going to get a paycheck, and it's just easier that way. And I think this person might just not, because you haven't talked to this person for a long time or something like that, then I think this person just hasn't really had the view into your everyday life that they require in order to understand what you have been going through and why you have made the choices that you've made. That they have like this whole chapter of your life that's just in the dark because they haven't heard about that, and so they just see that you have kind of caved, and that now you're living this conventional life, and that you've lost track of who you are because this person used to see you as an idol. Like they used to idolize you. They saw you as someone who could get super famous, and that you would just be like international in some way. Like, so in a way, I think this person just had really high expectations and might just have been a bit disappointed when they realized that you chose something else for your life, and I don't know. But it comes from a good place, though. Like, even though this person might not have realized your struggles and all of that, but it's coming from a good place. They just really want you to live up to your fullest potential and be the person that they always knew that you could be. Like, yeah. So, with the Knight of Cups reversed, this is someone who is, this is someone who's riding a horse down a cliff, and the horse actually doesn't have pupils. Don't know if that's what it's called, but like so it kind of looks like the horse is blind. So kind of looks like it's riding a blind horse down a steep hill where there's also water that can be slippery, and so. But this card came out reversed. So I think this person feels like you're not taking a risk, that you're playing it safe with your life. That maybe you should take the risk of just riding this blind horse down the hill. That they feel like that's what you're supposed to do. That you're supposed to just be like this. It kind of also makes me think of the Fool, and it's that kind of energy that this person just wants you to take a leap of faith and just throw yourself at this risky endeavor and just don't look back and just I don't know. So but I also feel like this person feels like you're sometimes a bit too concerned with looking silly, or that you're not putting yourself out there because you're afraid that people are going to laugh at you and not with you. And I think this person just feels like that's something that's just silly, because nobody would, like in this person's mind, nobody would actually nobody would laugh at you, because this person just doesn't see any sort of situation, like they can't imagine any sort of situation where anybody would laugh at you, because everybody finds you funny. In this person's mind, they just and that's probably because that's what they have experienced when they used to be friends with you. They might have noticed that everybody around you would always laugh at your jokes, and that everybody found you very funny to be around. So yeah, this person just doesn't really see why you would have that sort of insecurity or fear of maybe not being taken seriously or something like that. I don't know, but with the Eight of Swords, I think this person, this person thinks of you as someone who's blind when it comes to your own possibilities, or the options in your life, that you have a lot of options that you're not seeing. There's a lot of doors that seem to be open to you, a lot of things that you could easily just hop on and it would take you to somewhere exciting. Like that, it seems like you have so much going for you, but you don't really realize it. And I think this person, your ex-friend, feels like maybe you're a bit too humble. And I think this person feels like you should stop being so humble and stop talking negatively about yourself, and that sometimes it's also good to maybe just accept a compliment. And I think that's maybe something they have been reflecting about, like from back when you two were friends. I think this person felt like whenever they gave you a compliment, you would always say that that's not true, or that's just something they say to be nice, or like that you would always react in a way that made them feel like it wasn't really that fun to give you a compliment, because you never actually accepted it, and that they tried to build you up because they wanted you to get more self-esteem, because they could see so much potential in you, and they just felt like you needed that ego boost in order to actually dare to take the next step and actually get public with your art and your work and your personality, like put yourself out there. And I think that this person really wanted to push you to kind of get yourself out in the world, show your true self to people, be more blunt with people, be more direct with people without holding yourself back. And I think this person felt like they never really got to that point, because you always just dodged every compliment. Like, and I think this person feels like right now that you're still in this state of mind where you're not really seeing how great you are, that you kind of have this blindfold on, and that you're your own biggest enemy, like worst enemy, that the one that's holding you back is yourself, and that you could just, like, if you just took the blindfold off, and like then you would realize that the options are limitless. Like, you have infinite options out there. Like, the opportunities are around every corner. You just need to grab them, and you need to dare to make it your lifestyle. In order to find some kind of secure plan A, you need to just make your plan B to your plan A, and live that, instead of, because right now I think this person feels like you have your true career, your artistic career, as a plan B. And I think this person feels like as long as it's a plan B, it's never going to happen. That you need to dare to put it as a priority, the first priority, something like that. And I feel like this person just actually truly has great feelings about you. Like, it feels like this person looks at you like as a very good person. Like, they see you as a great person with endless possibilities in front of you, that you are super talented and funny and hilarious, and that there's nothing bad about you. And I actually don't feel like it's I don't really understand why this person is an ex-friend, because I feel like this is exactly the type of person you would want in your life. And so I kind of want to know why this person is an ex-friend. Like, with the Nine of Pentacles reversed. I don't know if this, if it was you or them who kind of created this distance between you two. But I feel like this person actually wants to be more involved in your life. I think this person does not like the distance. What would this person want to happen, like from now on in this friendship? What would this person, this ex-friend, what would they want? Okay, with the Ten of Pentacles, they want reconciliation. I think, or not reconciliation, because there's nothing to reconcile. Because in this person's mind, I think this person actually feels like you're just friends who are not in contact, because life is busy and life is hard sometimes, and it's hard to keep track on everybody. Like that, sometimes you forget some people because life goes on, and like sometimes it's just hard. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting, that it's just that it's not anything that happened between you two that got you to get away from each other, but it's just life itself happened and kind of created this distance. So, and I think this person would very much like to have a reunion with you. They would very much like to yeah, catch up with you, talk about old times. Like, that's definitely something this person wants to do. So yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I have for you, group number 2. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one, and have a great day, and bye. Hello, group number 3. You chose this Cirque du Tarot deck, and I'm going to start with some channeling, and then I'm going to shuffle the cards for you. So I'm going to do the channeling now. So, Spirit, can you answer this question for group number 3, the people who will choose group number 3? What does group number 3's ex-friend think about group number 3? Okay, so I'm sensing this person seems a bit envious of you right now. Like, there's something like, I don't know if this person follows you on Instagram or Facebook, but it seems like this person has seen some photos or some posts or something about you. Or maybe they have this information from a different source, like some people, like some friends that you have in common, some mutual friends or something like that. But I feel like this person, your ex-friend, has received some information about you in whatever form, and this has made them believe that you are living a very, very full life. That a lot of things are going very well for you, and that you have success in some areas of your life, and maybe even in all areas of your life, that things seem to be progressing for you. And I think this doesn't really sit well with this person, because I think this person was used to, back when you two were friends, I think this person was used to the roles being reversed, that they felt like they were the one who was the successful one, and that you were maybe less not less successful, but that you were living a different life, that you had different ambitions or different things that you focused on. And so I think this person compared themselves to you back then and felt like they were on top and you were kind of on the bottom, or I know that sounds bad, but I think they just felt like they were more accomplished, or that they had more things going for them back when you two were friends, and I think they liked that. They liked the dynamic that you used to have in your friendship, that they liked the feeling of being the one who had their shit together, and that maybe you had more things that you were struggling with, some personal things that were going on in your life that might have made your life a bit chaotic. And I think this person liked that your life was more chaotic than their life was. And I think this person also liked that you had some problems, or that you had some issues with maybe some people in your family, or like that or maybe in your love life, that you had maybe a bit of an unstable love life or something like that. And I think this person, your ex-friend, I think your ex-friend felt like it was nice to have you to compare themselves to, because they felt like even when they were kind of freaking out about some things in their life, they could always come to you, and you would always comfort them by saying that at least they were not going through some of the things that you were going through, or like maybe you compared maybe you did this comparison too, like that you compared their situation with some of the situations that you've been through, just to comfort them, just to make them feel like, oh, they are not alone. And maybe make them feel like you two have. Like maybe you were just trying to comfort this person, and then you brought up some stories from the past that were supposed to make them feel better. Like if this person got embarrassed, like if your ex-friend got embarrassed about a situation, they would come to you, and you would always comfort them by telling them an even more embarrassing story. And that's a very good, friendly way to react. Like it's a good friend would do that in that situation. And yeah, I've done that. I have had friends do that for me. Like when I was freaking out about embarrassing myself, and getting into some kind of situation where I felt like everybody saw me as this idiot, then it was nice to get comfort from a friend who could tell me that they had experienced exactly the same thing, even worse. And it's always nice to have that sort of comparison, like feeling like, okay, yeah, I can calm down because at least at least this person has a similar story, or even a worse story. And I think your ex-friend got very used to kind of getting that comfort from you, very used to being able to mirror themselves in you, but also compare themselves where they felt like maybe they ended up on top, kind of like sometimes, where they felt like, okay, at least my life is not as chaotic as yours was at the time, and or something like that. I don't know. And I think you made this person feel much better about themselves, and I think they were maybe kind of taking advantage of that a bit towards the end of this friendship, like that they were maybe too like maybe taking it a bit too far, where they kind of relied on you for this kind of comfort, that they might even have been seeking it out, like asking you directly if you had experienced something worse, or kind of maybe kind of digged into your misery just to kind of wallow in it, or I don't really know what, but maybe it just made them feel so comfortable when you shared some of the things that were hard in your life, that they might have been searching it out in a maybe not very friendly way. I don't really know what the details of this was, but yeah, but I do feel like at the moment, like when this person looks through your social media accounts at the moment, I think they see you as very happy, and that you are living a very happy, joyful life. And I think this person would rather, like, I don't know why, but I don't think this person is happy that you're happy, because that's not the dynamic that they are used to. Like they are used, or that's not how they, like I think they get too envious. And I think this is maybe a problem that they have in all of their friendship, that they get too envious of the person that they are friends with. So they look for people to be friends with that they aren't envious of. Like from the start, they and I think I know that's horrible to say, but I think they kind of got into this friendship with you due to the fact that they weren't envious of you. But now they are, and now they feel like, I think they feel like they can't actually be friends with you because they envy your life. They envy what you have. They envy your there's something about, I feel like you have had some transformation, and I feel like they would rather have you miserable. I don't know why, but I think it's because they are miserable at the moment, and so I think maybe they just want you to go down to the, like stoop down to their level of like, misery wants company, and or needs company, like, and I think maybe this, like, maybe now that they are so low, they just want a friend with issues, so that they can talk about their issues instead of talking to someone who has no issues and has a perfect life, because that I think they just don't feel like they can actually relate to you anymore, or and maybe they, I don't know what this is about, but it could have been that you have undergone some kind of transformation, like a lifestyle change, or something that made you very happy, like maybe this is something that they don't approve of. Like there could be something like that they feel like the way that you got to this level of happiness isn't the way that they would have wanted you to become happy. Like if you've found religion, for instance, they might feel like that's not what they would have wanted for you, and they might feel like that's kind of lame or something like that, and so they might look down on it, and then they would feel like, even though they see you as very happy now, like that you're happy now, they feel like it would be better that you were miserable but following the same religious beliefs or lack of religious beliefs as he or she is, like that that this person would rather you just be on the same page in a way, and I think this person might be the type of person who believes very strongly that they have the right, that they are living the correct way, like that everything that they like and everything that they do are the right, true thing, like to do. Like if they have one religion, they believe that's the right religion, and every other religion is wrong. And if this person might have, like if it's something else, like it could also have to do with something like weight. Like if you lost a lot of weight, they might feel like they can't relate to you now because maybe they feel like you two don't have that in common anymore, and you used to be very body positive before, and you used to maybe bond over that, and maybe they feel like you've kind of that you've kind of gone a different way, and maybe I don't know. And if it's the other way around, like if you gain some weight and they are like very fixated on staying very, very skinny, and maybe even making that their whole personality, that they need to be skinny and perfect. And like if you've gone, if you've evolved from, I don't want to say evolved, because then it's like it's a bit of a loaded word to use, because it kind of, it is a bit making me a bit biased. But like if you're kind of like if you've steered away from that fixation and kind of gotten into a more less, or gotten into a less restrictive lifestyle by choice, possibly, then maybe they feel like you're kind of, yeah, that you two can't relate to each other anymore, because and maybe they feel like you should be unhappy, that you shouldn't be that happy with this, because in a way they might feel a bit like that, like maybe it's their own insecurities that they kind of reflect on you, and so they feel like you should be miserable, or like something like that, because they feel like if they change their ways, they would be miserable. But I don't really know what this is about. But I feel like they're, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm gonna shuffle and see what the cards have to say about what this person thinks. Okay, I'm gonna read the cards that fell to the floor. I think they might have fallen down for a reason, so I'm gonna go with that. All came out reversed. Oh, not all of them. So, yeah, with the Three of Wands reversed, I think this person feels like this person thinks of you as someone who I feel like this person feels like you haven't turned your back on them, even though I think you have. I think you, but I think at like maybe they feel like there's still like some kind of hope, or like not hope, but I think this person doesn't quite feel like this friendship has ended completely. But I think this person doesn't really it's kind of strange. I know this is only gonna apply to some of you, but I feel like this person actually kind of knows that they have been a dickhead in the past, that they have kind of been a bit like kind of been taking advantage of you, kind of maybe used you for comfort, but then might have ignored you when they met you back, like if this was someone you studied with or worked with, they might have used you for comfort. They might have talked to you. They might have like afterwards, like in your free time or their free time, they might have contacted you and maybe even called you in the middle of the night and stuff like that. But then when you were in school or in some kind of public place, they might have been less keen on actually talking to you, like that it seemed like they had all the other priorities like all other people were higher up on the priority list than you, and that they had to talk to everybody else first before they talked to you, so that you could be used whenever they needed you, but whenever they just had to be friendly towards you and act like a friend, they kind of fell short and didn't actually follow through with their duty as a friend. But I think they kind of know that they were a shitty friend in the past. They kind of know, but they feel like... the reason why I feel like they know is because I feel like they don't really understand why you seem to be still kind of friendly towards them. I don't know if this person reached out to you recently and you might have actually given them a reply, and maybe you even were kind of friendly and nice in that reply, and maybe they didn't really expect that. I feel like they might have they might have thought like, why are you still kind of, why haven't you turned your back on me? Like, that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from this person, that why haven't you turned your back? Like, you could have turned your back on me years ago. Like, you've always known that I was kind of a shitty friend. Like, why wouldn't you, then I don't know. With the Three of Cups reversed, I think I think this person thinks of you as someone like I think this person knows that they were never actually truly friends with you, like that they used you mostly, like that that they never actually did anything fun with you. Like they just came to you whenever they were feeling down, and then you comforted them and made them feel okay about themselves, and then afterwards they kind of never really wanted anything more than that. Like they didn't want to just sit around and watch a movie with you, or they didn't really seem to bother to actually go party with you or anything like that. That it seemed like it was only whenever they were in need of a friend, but never in a fun way, only in a comforting way, and or need of comfort way, you know. And I think they realize that. I think at the moment, like when your life is so perfect, or it seems like everything is going well for you, and you seem to have your education, and you seem to have everything that maybe you used to struggle with. Like maybe back when you were in school, you used to struggle a bit with the curriculum and kind of getting everything done at the deadline, before the deadline. Like that maybe you struggled a bit, like racing the clock and all of that. But then you might have just like gotten your shit together and finally stopped procrastinating and all of the things that are very normal to end up doing, but yeah, maybe you kind of just forced yourself through, and maybe this person even maybe this person dropped out, and maybe they always expected that you would too, because they thought, well, you seem to always struggle even more than they did, and so they might. I think that it came as a surprise to them that it was actually you who finished what you started, and they didn't finish what they started. That it seemed like they thought it would be the other way around, and I think that now they just feel like they can't really be in like they don't really feel like they fit into your perfect world. Like now they feel low, they feel like what they used to use you for, the comfort that they used to get from you, by comparing their life with your life, that is non-existing right now. And they would only be with, like, at the moment they would only feel like they could come to you for fun, and they can't really do that because they never used to do that. They never used to party with you. It's a very foreign concept for them, and so they don't really know what you would bond over now. Like if you were friends now, like they don't really know how that dynamic would work now that the tables have turned. Like they don't know because they can't come to you and ask you for help with their true problems that they have right now, because back before, like they came to you with non-existing problems that they just needed comfort with, like they needed validation that they were actually much better than you. So they came to you with non-existing problems, like problems that weren't actually problems, and they knew that completely themselves. Like they knew that it wasn't an actual problem, but it shied in comparison to yours. And so now that they have actual true problems, and they would then they don't actually want to share that with you, because then it would be embarrassing to have to admit that they are scraping the bottom while you're at the top. Like, so if that makes sense. With the 9 of Pentacles reversed, I think they also, like, this is someone who has, like, this is someone who has minions. Like you can see that these small people here, they are holding this woman's chair, and then there's even a little person here, like who's actually like being like a stool for her feet, like to rest on, and this came out reversed. So I think they feel like maybe before, back when you were friends, there might have been more like an unfair sort of power dynamic, power balance between you two, like one person being kind of lifted up by the other, like, and one person being the master and the other person being the slave, in a way, like that one was maybe giving more to the friendship than the other, and the one receiving without giving back, and maybe now they feel like, that again, they feel like they can't really do that anymore. Like that might be that they felt like that their friendship with you was pretty much them just taking advantage of your slight insecurity, and preying on that and kind of taking advantage, maybe using you to do their bidding, and then now at the moment now, when this person sees that you have everything going for you, that you're not this little mouse anymore, like that you're actually fully grown into yourself, that you would now speak up, that you would now, like now you would now you wouldn't take any bullshit. You would demand more of this person, and I think this person realizes that and knows that they can't really manipulate you into doing their bidding. If that makes sense. If it doesn't resonate, then don't try to make it fit. But yeah, I'm gonna move on to the Five of Pentacles here. I think this person thinks of you as I think they see you as I'm going to get some clarification on this card. So, Spirit, can you clarify Five of Pentacles for me in this context of what group number three's ex-friend is thinking about them right now? I think they see you as someone who's very much out in the open, where maybe before you were more private. And I think they felt like when you were more private, when you were more anonymous, when you were just living your own life, not really living this life that was like, I don't know if there has been some kind of shift where maybe you're living more publicly, more out in, like if you have a social media following or something like that, then maybe they feel like you've become less private. And I think this person was preying on the fact that you were more private before, because then they could they could kind of isolate you, and they were very successful at that because you were so private. So and that is very typical of someone who's maybe slightly manipulative, is to kind of get someone isolated and then like kind of prey on the fact that they are private and they don't share every information with everybody, because then like this person might have always kind of taken advantage of the fact that you never shared any gossip with anybody else, like that you were a very loyal person, that if they told you something, it wouldn't be shared out with everybody else, like that you were very good at keeping things private and confidential. And I think maybe now they feel like, now that you're less private, it's harder for them to get you isolated and convince you about something. Like this person, I don't know why I'm getting this, but I feel like this person might have told you, like if you were in school with this person or if you were working with this person, they might have told you that they had that they had what's it called? That they had sorry, I'm looking for a word. That they had defended you when other people had been talking about you. That people at that the other classmates, that the other schoolmates, that the other colleagues or co-workers had been talking about you, and they might have said that, and your ex-friend might have said that they always had your back and they always defended you whenever anybody talked shit about you. They would always be the first one to defend you. And I think this person said that to isolate you further and make you less interested in being friends with the others, because you thought the others were bad-mouthing you. But in reality, no such thing ever occurred. Like, nobody talked shit about you. This was just made up, because it's a very typical tactic for someone who might have like some for someone. I don't want to give this person a diagnosis, but I'm just going to say that this person is manipulative. And I think that is part of the manipulation, is to get you isolated, make you feel like everybody hates you, and then say that, yeah, even though everybody hates you, they still love you, so you need to be friends with them for life, because they have your back and they always defend you and they are always a good friend to you, and they can, like, that you don't need anybody else, because everybody else just gonna hurt you, because they have already done that behind your back. And they will be very convincing when they say this to you, and you will of course believe it because of the way they convince you about it. And also, why would they lie about that? It seems like a very foreign concept. When you get into this trap the first time, it seems like a very foreign concept. Like, you don't believe that somebody would lie about something like that just to isolate you. Like, and it has happened for me plenty of times. Like, it's like sometimes people are just magnets to people like that, and I guess I'm one of them. So, like, yeah, so I'm very familiar with this situation that you have been in with this person, and I sympathize with you. It's a terrible situation, and so I feel like it's good that you have some distance from this person, that this person is an ex-friend, because a friendship like this is very draining. And yeah, so, and I think but I think they realize now that you're more public, less private, and that maybe they feel like at the moment, like now, if you had become friends now instead of back then when you got friends in the past, got to be friends in the past, like that they feel like if you got to be friends now, things would probably be different, because they would know that they can't actually do that now, because back then you were easier prey because you were so private. So I think they know deep down that it would, like, if you two got to be friends again, it wouldn't be possible to manipulate you in the same way as they did back then. So yeah, some kind of I don't know. I'm going to move on to the Page of Swords reversed. I feel like with the Page of Swords, yeah, I think this person sees you now, because it came out reversed. I think this person sees you as a bit more like more direct, that you're that you don't seem to be so afraid of what everybody thinks of you now than you used to be, that you seem to be more relaxed, that you don't seem as tense as you used to be, that you seem to be more happy with yourself, like that you're more confident in your body and in the way that you present yourself, and that you don't that you seem to have become more aware of your own power. And this is also something that I think this person finds a bit frightening, that now, like especially if like maybe they feel like they didn't really expect you to get this amount of power, and maybe they are actually a bit scared of that, because I think they know that they didn't really treat you the best way. But now that you're kind of maybe becoming a public figure, or starting to actually get a following, or starting to live a more public life, they might feel like there's a small possibility that you could even call them out and even hurt them, like hurt their reputation, which is something they never actually expected, because they always saw you as this very private person who never actually ratted anybody out or said anything about anyone, that you were very loyal, and I think they just never expected you to get any power over them. And I think that is a bit frightening for this person to realize that actually it seems like you have the power now, like that you're the only reason why you're not exploiting this power is because you're a good person, and you don't actually want this person to suffer, even though maybe they actually should. But I think it's, this kindness is maybe a bit foreign to this person, because it's I think they would have exploited it if they had the opportunity to, if the tables were turned, like if the roles were reversed. I don't know. With the King of Cups reversed, I think they think of you as a bit cold, maybe towards them, that you might have seen them for who they are, and maybe you even called them out in some way, like if they contacted you recently, maybe you did sort of answer them in a nice way, but you might have kind of insinuated that you have the power now, or that you are not in the same position as you used to be, or that you have grown a lot, and maybe that you even have grown a bit apart from this person. And maybe you said it in a very, very kind way, but I think they got the message that there was an undertone of spiteness, And I think this person did not expect that, because they might have always seen you as like the more submissive type, especially towards them. So I think they realize now that you're not so that you seem to have gotten into your power, like that you. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting at. I think they see you as a successful, powerful person. In their wishful thinking, when they got to be friends with you, I think they wished for you to always kind of be slightly under their level, so that they could constantly kick down at you, like that they could use you as the doormat, because you were always like maybe like a few inches sort of shorter, or like that you made them feel a bit bigger in comparison, a bit taller in comparison, symbolically, and maybe physically too, but symbolically I think, because I don't think that the height has changed that much since you were friends, but I think it's. I think they would have wanted you to stay down, because then they would have you checkmated all the time, and they wouldn't be afraid of you gaining power, becoming successful, getting in this better situation where you could actually kick down at them and actually exploit their weaknesses, and use them, and maybe even take advantage and even call them out publicly, or go to the police or something about something they did, or I don't know what they did to you. I really don't. I'm just coming up with different scenarios that I see, but I do think I think this person sees you as successful now, but they don't seem to be happy about that. So yeah, that's my answer to you. And I hope this reading was helpful. And if it was, please subscribe to my channel. And if you want a personal reading from me, check the description box below for more information on how to get one. And have a great day, and bye.